I'm attorney Nick Alcock, and if you drive around Phoenix, you'll see lots and lots of accident attorneys, billboards everywhere, and you turn on TV, ads everywhere, and everyone kind of says the same thing. What they say is that we only charge you when we win your case. And that is the case for almost every attorney that does plaintiff's work. That's the way it always has been. You take a case and you take a chance on that client and you go to court and you hope to win the case. And then when you do win the case, you get a percentage of what it is that you win. And that's how lawyers have practiced law for hundreds and hundreds of years. So there's nothing really unusual about that. And so what's the difference between lawyers and what do you see? Well, the amount of money that you actually make and the amount of money that you recover is really a function of three different concepts. Concept number one is that, of course, in order for you to recover, your lawyer's got to be good. So if you're a lawyer that has been suspended and that they aren't really respected by the legal community, they're not respected by the insurance company, it's going to be harder for that lawyer to recover. It's going to be hard for that lawyer to be taken seriously. So lawyers also sometimes pick up a reputation for taking shaky cases where there's absolutely no damage to the vehicle. So say that you're a lawyer and all you do is represent people that are in low velocity impacts, or they're in really kind of suspicious slip and fall situations. Those lawyers are going to have a much tougher time when it comes to settling the case. A lawyer who's just starting out, a lawyer who's in a shared workspace, a lawyer that doesn't have the resources really to see a case all the way through. These are things that the insurance companies are going to be very well aware of. And trust me, insurance companies like to hang on to their money. And if they see the opening, if they see the ability to hang on to their money, they're going to take advantage of that opening. So that's really the first function. You got to recover a lot of money in order to make a lot of money. Now, you can recover a lot of money and all that money can just disappear. So how does that happen? How could that be? You recover, let's just say $100,000. Well, the legal fees might be half of that when it's all said and done. And the medical bills might be half of what's left over, or half of the original amount. So you get nothing. So the amount of money that the lawyer takes can vary, and the medical bills can eat up a huge settlement. So say you settle a case for $100,000 and the medical bills are $90,000, the lawyer is going to take the rest almost for certain, and you get nothing. So a lawyer needs to be focused on how to reduce the medical specials, the medical bills. One thing that some lawyers do is that they actually own medical clinics. And when they refer their clients, they also refer their clients to these medical clinics. That lawyer has no real incentive to try to reduce that medical bill. That's money that's going to wind up in the lawyer's pocket. This doesn't happen too frequently, but it's something you need to be aware of. And certainly, lawyers can have relationships with doctors where I'm referring you a doctor, a patient, and then their doctor is referring me a different client. And it's a tit for tat arrangement. And so the lawyers don't want to step on that arrangement. They want to keep their friends their friends. I've always been very careful not to have those arrangements, and I've been very, very careful. It's been easy for me. I have no interest I'm a lawyer, not a doctor, so I have no interest in owning a medical clinic. So that's something else to be thinking about. You got to reduce those medical bills. But then, so lawyers, they say they take a third, right? And you're like, wow, a lawyer's going to take a third of $100,000. That's $33,000. Well, is it a third or is it more? Because many lawyers charge a lot more than a third, because what they say is they charge a third, but if the case goes to trial, if the case where there's a lawsuit is filed, eventually goes to trial, the lawyer can take 40% or more plus costs. But it's very easy to file a lawsuit. It doesn't take a lot of work. So if a lawyer has that built in, say, hey, I file a few pieces of paper and I get to charge a lot more, from 33 to 40%, winds up being like 20% more for that the lawyer gets in his pocket or her pocket. So something to think about. If you see those two fees, it really means that number can skyrocket. And then a lawyer could charge a file opening fee, mileage, phone calls, paper clips, all sorts of little fun things that the lawyer can throw in there. Next thing you know, the lawyer is taking 50% or more. So these are questions that you need to ask if you've been injured and you're wondering what you should do and who you should hire. What's the fee structure actually look like? And trust me, lawyers go to law school so that they can learn how to hide the fine print, hide cool little ways to make money in fine print. And that's one of the things that you're taught to do in law school. We make it very simple. there is no fine print in our contract as it relates to costs. We don't add the costs in, and we don't monkey around with the one fee and then it becomes another. So these are all things that make our firm a little bit different. We are on the top floor of the Renaissance Tower. We're not in a little executive suite somewhere. We've got 60 plus employees, and this is what we do for a living, and we're known to have the resources to survive any amount of litigation as needed. And so it makes it, quite frankly, a very positive process. We take good cases, we represent good people, we do the very, very best that we can for them, and we make sure that we reduce those medical bills if we possibly can. You can call up a medical provider and say, hey, can we reduce this bill from $15,000 down to $5,000? And in many cases you can. You certainly should try in every single case, and there's no excuse for not trying. And because of that, we have a good reputation, and you're not going to see thousands of my billboards. You might see a few here and there. I can't help myself, and I'm sorry, but it's one of the things that I'm proud of, is that we built a law firm here that I don't want to have the biggest practice. I don't want to represent the largest number of clients. I don't want to take clients who genuinely haven't been hurt at all. I'm not interested in that. I'm interested in helping. I'm a native. I'm interested in helping our community, people who really, really need good legal representation, who deserve the best and deserve not to be taken advantage of in any way, shape, or form. I could throw in that $1,000 file opening fee. I don't do it because I don't think it's right. Even if it was $300, even if it's $200. Again, it's just like, yeah, you can do it, but is it the right thing to do? And does it pass the golden rule test? And of course it doesn't. So that is why my law firm has succeeded, and that's why I'm passionate about what I do, and that's why I still have a fire in my belly about what I do, because when it comes down to the end of the case and we got the check there for the client, I get excited because I know that I've done everything I possibly can for my clients. So call around and please talk to people and ask them about, talk to lawyers and ask them about their fine print and ask them about the way that they practice law, and then come here, give me a call. I'll be happy to speak with you. Obviously, I like to talk maybe a little bit too much. I'm 7 minutes in. These videos are supposed to be like 3 minutes, but I can't help myself. I get all fired up about the law. So forgive me, but I will listen. Trust me, if you call me up, I will listen. I'll take the time to listen, and I'm very, very passionate about representing people. I love my town. I love the people that I represent, and it's just the honor of my life to be able to do this job. So please give us a call, 602-989-5000, 602-989-5000. Any accident case in Arizona, we're licensed here. This is where we practice law. This is what we're all about. Appreciate it very, very much. Thank you.